What's up, everybody? Marc Lobliner. Man, Van got me on this whole, eating during every video. Quinoa, turkey burger, little MCS whey protein. They might actually change the name on the bottle of protein. You guys like that? Alright. Anyway, from Colin. Very appreciative, applicable video. Appreciative, man. My English sucks today. Man, I'm a pig. But I'm trying to get in 800 grams of carbs today, man. I gotta eat. From Colin. Hey, pal. Think you should make a video on how you got started in bodybuilding from day one. What you went through and how you managed to get over the cravings, the hard bits, and the easy bits. Man, I'm spitting quinoa on my keyboard. That's friggin' disgusting. Okay. How it affected you and your family, how long it took you to get to your target weight, etc. Man, you know what? I'm gonna really try not to cry during this. I'm not playing anymore. Bodybuilding for me, believe it or not, is an extension of who I am as a person and my business. I'm going to get into how I got started in fitness. My mother you guys probably know from watching my channel, she had a drug problem. And it really affected our family greatly. And man, I stayed away from recreational drugs my whole life. I still to this day have never tried marijuana, and I'm pro-drugs, I'm pro-legalization. I'm a Ron Paul guy. But I saw what it can, and this is where personal responsibility comes into play. I saw what it can do to a family. I saw how it could wreck a family, and it was rough. Growing up, and mother was in and out of institutions, suicidal, it was rough. And my father, I believe he used food as a crutch to deal with what my mother put us through. My father traveled a lot for a living. History repeats itself, and I'm trying to actually correct that right now. But, so my father traveled for a living, and he got type 2 diabetes. He had it since I was born. It was controllable. At first it was, if you don't do this, you're going to get diabetes. Then it was, if you don't take this pill and control it, you're going to be on insulin. If you don't do the insulin, if you don't control it, your kidney's going to fail. His kidney failed, and what happened is he got a kidney transplant, and, the kidney took, and, a year later, he was on blood thinning medication, Coumadin, because, his kidney actually was perfect. It was the healthiest thing when he passed away, and what happened is a vessel broke in his head, and he passed away. And because he was on Coumadin, the blood couldn't clot. So I actually got on a plane that next day. My brother met him in Chicago. He was actually driving in from Minnesota visiting his in-laws. And we missed my father passing, technically, but by an hour. So that was after I got into what I got into, which was because of my parents. I decided I want to do something for health and fitness. I wanted to help people. And, by hook or by crook, I got involved in the gym industry when I was 17 years old, trying to put myself through college. At 19, I started working with Weeder Publications. It's like everything fell into place. I really think it's karma, fate. I'm a religious guy for the most part, believe it or not, with my dirty mouth. I do believe. So whatever it was, fate, karma, whatever your belief system is, something lined up in the universe, and boom. I ended up at Weeder. From there, I, did that thing with InStone, with Sylvester Stallone. From there, and at AMI, I got to work with some of the best in the industry, Stepani, Dr. Wright. I got a 12-year education in 4 years at Weeder, not even going to school, making money. And I was also in sales, so that taught me sales and publishing. From there, I went with InStone. After that, I had a little time to do a little consulting, and then I went and started Civation and Primaforce. Sold that, now I'm here with TigerFitness.com. My goal has always been to help people reach their goals. Now, how I got started in bodybuilding, the second year I was with Civation, and I had Civation, our sales were pretty lackluster, so I was trying to think of a way to increase sales. And no company owner at the time was competing. And I'd done photo shoots for Men's Fitness. I believe I was in Muscle and Fitness at the time. I'd written a couple articles. I was featured in it. I was doing modeling, I was doing some really soft core porn. I was in Men's Fitness, and I was lean. I was in good shape. I looked pretty good. I was young at the time, not as big and ugly. And after that, I decided, hey, nobody's competing, so I'll try this. So I competed, and in that time, I logged everything on message boards. And our sales, actually, I noticed 3 months later, that's about how long it takes to notice a sales spike. We had a sales spike. And I actually love dieting and training. I did it, but I never competed. I don't really like the competition part. It's not I don't like going to the show and sitting backstage and waiting. It's just not my thing, or putting, turkey basting on myself and spraying myself with Pam. So basically from there, when I saw sales increase, I wanted to see if I could duplicate it. So I did another show the next year, and another show, and another show. And I don't know if it was, as a marketing guy, you look at your marketing mix, and if it's working, you don't change anything. And me competing was working. So from that point, I just started doing it. I became better, and I started winning, and I got bigger, and it became a part of who I am. And you know what? Competition is always going to be a part of me. And every time I say I'm going to retire, I end up lying. So that's why I never say anything for sure. And I lie to my wife all the time about it. So nonetheless, what it went through, honestly, I was gone so much the first 4 years of my kids' lives, 5 years, that it didn't really affect us. I ate on the road. I didn't get to go out for ice cream as much as I would have liked to with my kids, but I was gone 365 days a year. So, I was gone most of the time. What it affected me is having to cook in hotel rooms, having to sacrifice, having to bring food with me. I got food poisoning so many times on the road just from having food out too long. Even in ice chests, sometimes I'd stay at hotels. When we first started traveling, I'd had a $50 a night maximum on myself, so I'd stay at extended stays. And I'd stay at other hotels that maybe not have fridge. And so my food would go bad. But it was a sacrifice I made basically to help grow the company. And I'm really happy I did it, because now it's become part of who I am. And I'm really happy with what I've achieved on a personal level in my growth personally and physically. So how it affected my family, I was a little bit prickish. When you get lean and body fat, you become an asshole. It just happens. You don't realize that at the time, but you realize after the fact. The time away had nothing to do with competing. Cravings, I never really craved food. I always was able to diet on a decent amount. Even when I had to get down to 1,200 calories as a lightweight, I never really craved anything. I just craved a mass quantity of good foods, bro foods. The easy bits, basically, it's not that hard to me. To compete, all I have to do is decrease calories and increase cardio a little bit. It's not that hard. Doesn't take much time. And how long it took me to get to my target weight, etc., I'm not there. I will never be complacent. I will never be satisfied with where I'm at. Complacency is mediocrity. I will always try to improve in all areas of my life, be it bodybuilding, being a father, being a business person, being a friend. I'm the best friend anyone can have, because I will give you anything to make sure that you're okay. So that's what I want to do. I just want to be that guy. And if I can support my family and ethically make a living helping people, by all means, I'm going to do it. So I'm sorry it probably isn't the funny video you were expecting from me. But, when you ask about how I got started from bodybuilding, I have to go into my past. And I just can't make jokes about drug abuse and type 2 diabetes. It's just not something I can do. But anyways, guys, thank you for putting up with this long, boring video. But I answered a question. Colin, thanks for asking. I appreciate it. And again, now I'm with TigerFitness.com. I'm happy. I travel, but not too much. And I work with the best company in the entire industry, bar none. Nicest people. Chad, again, phenomenal guy. My partner in Tiger Fitness. Love him to death. His family's awesome. And the staff, Peter, John, the other Chad, and everybody else, Matt. Everybody's just phenomenal there. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal. I know you guys play with me always saying that word. But that's it. I'm going to make some more funny videos, because this has really kind of brought me down. Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Peace out.